Adventurers make plans. Worlds deal with the fallout. The folks at Good Plans, Bad Dice present a new live play podcast using the Dungeons & Dragons 2024 5e rules. We blend chaos, sincerity, dark moments, and inclusive storytelling. The first episode encompasses a Session 0 format and provides you, the audience, with a look into the cast, their characters, the Dungeon Master, and the basic premise of the series. Welcome to the world of Good Plans, Bad Dice.
This is a mostly unplanned Session 0. We decided to jump in early because next Friday is our first real session. We were going to do Session 0 tonight, not on Twitch. And then someone, it was weird if you want to blame anyone specifically, said, what if we did it on Twitch? And all of us said, yeah, let's do this. I think that was yesterday. And so we have had a lot of time to be ready. So I'm just going to do what I do as a Session 0. I will add in advance. I am not a professional DM. I don't get paid for it, but I do like to torture my friends a lot in games. Everyone in this group I have personally tortured. They have all personally been a victim of something that I have done in a game. You're welcome.
You have to tell about it, though.
Yeah, it's good. I have yet to TPK. I try so hard and I get so far. Anyways, so I will just quick introduction. I think people know mostly who we are, but I am Sam. If you know me from Twitch, it is Lurking Sam that you probably know me from. Some people know me on Discord as something a bit different. Ak is how you might find me on Discord. I like to keep those separate though, because I am a woman of mystery. And I'm going to go around in the way that I see people. I don't know how you see people, so this is what works for me. We're also joined by Weird, who on Twitch is Weird is All I've Got, the master of the Weird Effect, aka You're Doing Great. Trekkie for Life 01, otherwise known as Trekkie, who is a chaos gremlin and so many people's streams, has joined us as well for this. Please feel free to torture Trekkie as much as you would like. She deserves it.
And then the rest of us just targeted at Trekkie, K.
And Sassy. And maybe Squishy, but the Squishy might stab you. And then we actually have Sassy, Sassy Pants. You would know if you're a Dum Dums fan, everyone, or Brit Finn. So many people will scream out pants when Sassy's in chat. This is the Sassy Pants. And then we have Squishy Werewolf, aka Squishy. And this is kind of the group that we have. So we are playing a homebrewed game in 2024 5e. It is called Fractured Fables. Finally came up with a name for the campaign that took a while to officially pick. And so I'm going to give a very brief kind of description of what is going on in the game for everyone. The players kind of know this, but this gives them a chance to be like, okay, I get what's going on. So our story is taking place 5 years after an event called the Cataclysm. This is in a very large-sized, it's a metropolis type city in a way, but it's not the biggest city of all time. This is definitely in the fantasy realm of D&D 5e, specifically 2024. Please bear with us as we all learn 2024, because while it is similar to 2014, there are some things that have changed that I don't think we all know yet. We have a few specific books. We added Crooked Moon because it has some really fun horror subclasses in there and some interesting things that the ladies have taken advantage of already. We also have Eberron, the new Artificer book, and we have the new Adventures in Faerun book to kind of give us some things to play with. And then, of course, your legacies, your Tasha, whatever else we have legacy-wise, they exist. One thing to know is this is very homebrewed. I think it was actually Britt who said it best. I had a wonderful chance to speak with Britt about something, and I was describing the campaign, and Britt said, I've always been interested in the people who are left behind. And at heart, that is what this campaign is about. It is not necessarily a dark campaign, but we will deal with factions and issues of grief or kind of getting through things. The group of wonderful ladies you are looking at here are all playing characters that were affected by a cataclysm. Cataclysm is a huge event. It's massive. And so 5 years ago, on the day that we start, they will be in their support group that they've been going to monthly for 5 years after this event that basically there was a giant explosion in this city. We're looking at about 500 feet in radius and meters. I'm sorry, it's a lot less than that, 130 or something like that for people who use non-freedom units. Squishy is our only non-freedom person here. So we'll do a lot of feet and miles. I'm sorry, I will try and convert as I can, but math was a long time ago for me in college. There was an explosion. They know that this happened in the city center. In that explosion, everything and everyone was either destroyed or disappeared. No one has been seen in that event. The event specifically that was beginning was there was a superhero level fight. We're talking bad guys versus good guys. You're in your D&D campaign. You finally get to level 20, which for all of us who've been playing since 1997 has happened once for you, maybe twice if you're lucky. You finally get there. You're fighting the BBEG. And only in this, what happens is a bright light explodes and everything just disappears. And so we will catch up with all of them to just how they're doing. How is this affecting your life? How does that go? I will tell you as a quick spoiler, that is not all this campaign will be, because I don't just want to know what they do in a support group. I want to know what they do with all the different situations I put them in. I'm a big firm believer as a DM. My job is to simply present a situation and let the players choose what they do with it and see how many NPCs they can try and torture me with, especially Trekkie, because I have tortured Trekkie with a lot of NPCs because I'm a chaotic little gremlin when I play. Not that people have met Astrid, but still. The kind of other thing we know, like I said, is all the heroes are gone. There's no heroes. There's no bad guys or villains. There's no adventurers. All of this has been banned from the city that we're in. And this city has had 5 years of rebuilding and 5 years of thriving and prospering. You're not running into the murders that you normally run into. People are not smashing and blowing up the buildings. I play with a guy who, in an Ascent to Avernus game or Descent into Avernus game, exploded, cast Shatter on the Elf Song Tavern and made it blow up. Killed 64 people. That's not happening currently in this city. It's actually a pretty good time. Most people have moved on, but we have a group of people who haven't moved on. They all have their own reasons. And then I will kind of give really quick, excuse me while I put on a hoodie because I am very cold. Unlike people in the warm part of the world, it is winter here. And I don't know, pardon my really unhappy face, but I'm freezing. So anywho, I will just kind of give you a quick overview of what we'll be doing. This is for players and stuff. This is for me as DM, so you know where I stand on things. And then after that, I'm going to roll our first set of dice of the game, which will be a D4 for who gets to talk first about their character and that joy. So this campaign is going to have certain things just for people to know. I know everyone's backstories, and so just some kind of ideas that everyone to be prepared for. We are going to be we're going to be having some exploration of grief, anger, sorrow, lost memories, lost loved ones, lost lives, and rebuilding are things that we're going to see in here. However, we're also going to experience a lot of happiness. There is a lot of love going around, a lot of joy, and let's be honest, a lot of shenanigans, because having DM'd for all of these 4 before, I know what sparkly objects to put in front of them for them to chase, and they will all chase them violently. Squishy is my hardest nut to crack, but once I cracked Squishy's nut, oh yeah, that right there sounded exactly how I wanted it to sound. really proud I said that, everyone. Anyways, Trekkie, stop laughing at me. So we'll those will be big topics. So it's going to be hopefully a lot of fun is first and foremost. Hopefully I don't TPK everyone. I will kill them off one at a time instead of all at once is always my goal. Just kidding. I don't want to kill any players. I have a strong rule for anyone's knowledge. I do not do NC-17 stuff. I am a big fade to black. I have yet to play to be a DM where I haven't flirted with people. It always happens in every game. I'm just a fade to black person because I don't want to do that. That's my rule. And we stick with the pretty simple stuff. We do not torture people. We do not do things like that in graphic detail. I will ask you how you kill things when you're fighting them because it is a fantasy game and that is neat. And I want you to share how you do that with your awesome spell or the freaking sap on your weapon, whatever you get there. And then I know we specifically have in this campaign, for anyone who's wondering, there will be no spiders. There will be no clowns. There will be no hurting of children or animals, things like that. And that most of all, like, this is still going to be a fun game. The plan is that I have in motion is going to go really great for all of them because what they think they're going to do so great. We're going to love it. And then also, I follow a rule as a person. I know for chat, you have the ability to just mute or look away, but for the players, and they are aware of this, but I just share, I follow the rule as a person who's played TTRPGs for a while.
Doing great.
If anything ever comes up that you didn't think of and you don't like it, you can literally just say, nope, we can use Squishy's pineapple was a discussion we all had. You can say pineapple and subject changes, no questions asked. That's fine. I don't want anyone to ever play a game just because there's going to be some dark stuff. We don't have to be miserable because there's no joy in not being happy. Like, I want to have fun and I want to torture you in fun ways. So I will give you all a chance to ask a question or two before I roll a D4. I'm not going to let anyone pick what dice it is yet because I know Sassy likes to pick my dice. One day chat can pick what dice I use to kill people with. But tonight we're going zombie. We're going zombie apocalypse. We're going to roll some brains. So any questions for me before I jump into the next part? I will roll and then tell you what we're doing. 3, 2, 1. That's a no. Perfect. By the way, we're going weird 1, Trekkie 2, Sassy 3, Squishy 4. And that is 3. So that's Sassy. Sassy. This is now the part that everybody loves on their first day of class where it's like, tell us an interesting fact about yourself. Basically, this is what we've all discussed offline before. This is your chance. Please know this is all fully above table. This is your chance to tell us who you're playing, the backstory that you want to share, and then also please include like what the group would know, because this is an above table moment, but anything like the group would know her as blank. And this is your chance to do that. And I will shut the fuck up so you stop having to hear my voice. You're welcome.
Do not ever say that. I enjoy the sound of your voice. Hi, I'm Sassy, for those of you who may not be aware. And my character's name is going to be Ametria Ami Bella Chathorn Mossgrove. She's got 4 names because, again, I do like to torture Sam. So her name is Ami. She goes by Ami. It's not Amy. It's Ami. And she's a half Firbolg, half elf. She was born due to a brief spark between a carefree noble elf, her mother, Windeer Moondrake, and a hardworking Firbolg tradesman named Ronan Mossgrove. She grew up, and her mother, Windeer, pretty much saw her as flawed, as she was not really resembling what an elf should be, and she didn't really want to be a woman in the first place. The mother spent most of her time off. Her father and her aunt, Aunt Ramona Boney, were very much her loving influences. Her father, again, like I said, he was a tradesman. He actually owned his own company where he worked with demolition and rebuilding, remodeling, that sort of thing. Because of being a furbolg, they're big, strong muscles. And so Ami, from a young age, would go to work with him when she could, and learned about the business and how to, the right things to destroy and the right things to rebuild. And that was pretty much up until the cataclysm happened, where he was in a building doing some remodeling. And when the building started coming down, he was going to leave, but there were people who, I'm sorry, I just realized I'm really twitching back and forth. I think that's my little ADHD showing through. He was trying to save some lives, essentially, and at least this is what she's been told, that he essentially held up the ceiling, so that the people who were in it could get out. But unfortunately, his strength didn't last him enough, and it came down, and he was apparently killed in the building during the cataclysm. So when that occurred, essentially, her mother was bequeathed the house, and so she quickly sold it, ended up remarrying a elf nobility, and then pretty much leaving Ami, who was bequeathed her father's demolition company. And she ended up moving to the city. Sorry if I just knocked my mic there. And so now she still works in the city in her father's demolition company, running it. A lot of business now, thanks to the cataclysm. Not really thanks to it, but so she has grief about that she's gaining money off of the whole situation. But things need to be done. People need to be helped. So she's in this support group mainly because her aunt Moni insisted that she finally faces her past and just moves forward. Ami, of course, she doesn't really believe that her father died the way he did. She believes that there's probably something nefarious involved, because her father, in her eyes, was a hero, and he should have been able to get out. So she wants to figure out what the truth is, and that's what she attends these meetings for, to see if she can find somebody else who knows the truth. So Ami herself is about 6'4", very sturdy looking. She's building, demolishing, throwing things around. She has a very light blue skin tone. That's due to her furbolg side of her. She has ears and nose that look like a cross between an elf and a furbolg, which not many people are aware of what a furbolg is. The furbolg has, from what I've seen and heard or read, kind of almost like a cow face, longer, dangling more so ears, and more of a wider nose. And the cross between them is elven ears that kind of slink a little bit, and a wider elven nose, but still smaller than a furbolg's. She is a barbarian. She's not quick to anger, unlike the standard barbarian, unless the topic of either her mother comes up, or that her father could be anything other than the hero that she sees him as. So that's Ami. Any questions?
I love it. Your Path of the World tree, right? One of the new 2024 subclasses, yeah? So
Yes.
That will be fun. We're going to explore a new subclass. I think that subclass is badass. I'm going to be honest with you. So yay for that. I love it. Does anybody have questions for Sassy at all? I forgot to mention, none of them have really told each other any of their backstory stuff yet. Any of this backstory stuff, I've met with everybody separately. And so this is everyone's first time learning, besides maybe names and like class. So you can ask questions. I won't stop you. I might. But if there's nothing now, I will roll again. See what I get. God damn, I'm old every single time. That is a 2, which is Trekkie. Trekkie, please, regale us.
Regale? I feel wholly unprepared compared to that backstory. Cool.
Hey, Trekkie, just a quick question before you do this. Do you remember me being like, Trekkie, you want to go over your backstory and send me your backstory? Why don't we sit and talk about your backstory?
No.
I
did
mean,
things.
you did do things. I'm just saying. Your backstory is wonderful. Stop doubting it.
You're doing great. Everybody's doing great.
And it is a very good
Just remember that.
backstory. It
Yeah.
is.
So I am playing a character called Charlie Blackwood. She is going to be a half-elf diviner wizard, female with some gray eyes, about 5'2", and with a long black braid with dark purple at the end. She looks fairly young, about 25, which is pretty young for any type of elf, half elf, anything. So the reason for her backstory is that she lost her mom, Victoria Blackwood, in the Cataclysm. And her mom owned a crystal tarot shop, and she inherited it. Once she inherited that shop, she came into her powers. And she hates it. She's pretty grumpy about it. She doesn't like it, doesn't want to be a wizard, doesn't want anything to do with magic. So, yeah.
That makes me so happy. Yeah, chef's kiss.
Oh, that I don't like anything to do with magic? Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
It's going to be interesting. And there are some secrets that I will not share, that Sam knows. Only Sam knows. Part of the backstory.
Yep. If there are secrets that I know about everyone so far, dun dun dun. Well, the characters I don't know secrets about all of you because I just shared them. No, I'm kidding. Do we have anything? Was there anything else? I know you described what she looked like. That was kind of the above table. What people would. Do people in the support group know, right, that she lost her mom? I want to say. I know with
I would say
Ami,
yes.
they know. Okay.
Yeah. At that point, I feel like she's still reluctant to share anything. But yeah.
I mean, she's super not young and not immature by any means.
I want to know what's her favorite spell.
Nothing right now. And I
Counterspell?
haven't figured it out. So
I don't know if she has counterspell
Oh,
yet.
that's too high level, but still.
No.
Yeah. We're starting at level 3, so I don't think she's quite got counterspell soon, right?
Goal.
Counterspell. There you go.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'm excited to know what she would say for counterspell. Would it be a Trekkie that she would just like flip off? Was that what it would like Trekkie slip into the character a bit and she just flips him off and that's how she counterspells? Or just
That'd be brilliant though. Maybe. We'll see.
it could be fun. Yeah. I
That'll
like
be
it.
the moment.
Yeah, it'd be a great moment.
I think you need to have every way possible to flip somebody off is each the way that you do each spell.
How is this my thing? They have made this my thing.
No, you don't get to blame. You're acting awful innocent for people who haven't been on video calls with you enough for how often you flip all of us off. I feel like I get flipped off at least once within the first 7 minutes of speaking with you. And if I haven't done that, then I'm doing something wrong. So, no. So we have Ami. We will only go Ami for me because I'm not going to try and say that whole name because Sassy likes to torture me. And so Ami's the best we're getting. And Charlie so far. And my role was a 4, which is a squishy. So that means we get to meet your infamous, wonderful lady. Please.
Yay! So I have her full name, because everybody loves the full name, is Obsidian Schmidt, but she goes by City. She is 6 foot, and I always describe her as Gwendolyn Christie. with gray skin and black hair. She is an Aasimar, split between a barbarian and a cleric. So 2 parts barbarian, 1 part cleric. We will add from there. Totally based on that Minnesota mom, the TikToker. I pull that a lot because I'm from the prairie provinces, so there's a very big influence from Minnesota for us. She's very happy right now. Like, she just recently got divorced from her husband Hubert, who she caught cheating with the half elf down the road in the bar. She's been going to this group for the 5 years now. She feels a little guilty because out of everybody's stories, she kind of came out okay because she lost the restaurant she had just opened in the city in the Cataclysm. But her grandma, Ironia Piratia, is still fine. So, like, her family is safe. She remembers early years on the Sword Coast and recently she had moved to the city to be with her husband, which totally failed out. But now she is restarting. She's restarting her catering business. She's restarting her life with the support group. And she just wants to figure out where she's going from here. And she loves to cook.
This is a random tangent, but I appreciate that Weird cannot hide the subtitles on her face. So when you're like, and her husband who cheated on her with a half elf down at the bar, we're just like, I'm gonna go swing on this dude. I'm gonna go find him.
I'm muted. Sorry. You know what's funny is I just got a t-shirt that says I used to be married, but then I got better. I almost wore it tonight and I didn't. I should have. So just know that I, the human, have that in my possession.
I like it. Well,
You gotta stop
make sure
for squish.
we will get that in the rotation of shirts, as we all seem to have a very in-depth collection of shirts. So that is important in life, to have a t-shirt collection. And I believe with that, we had discussed that I think Squishy is working on, right now we're to about a D20 of a dice roll for what type of food City brings to each occasion, of salads that are not salads, hot pots, hot plates, hot dishes. What are they called?
Hot dish.
Hot dish. Okay. I'm from the West Coast and my family's from the South. We don't know the amount of like mayonnaise that is used in the Midwest. It just seems like a lot for us.
I hate the Jello. Everybody hates the Jello.
I am so excited to try and see if Charlie in the eye and say no to this sweet, wonderful, like loving Minnesota mom, basically, who's offering her food, and just say, no, I won't eat this. And I'm excited to know what the food is, because I've seen some of those recipes and they are terrifying. That is scary.
Tater tots.
Yeah. Tater tots I'm down with. I'm talking the weird ones where there's like tuna fish and jello. Like that stuff where it's just like, who came up with that and why? It feels, and there's like green olive slices on top of it and it's in a platter. That's not okay. No one needs
Can we move on?
Some fish and Jello salad.
No.
It is a spiteful church lady.
Can we move on?
We didn't make it worth. We can, because you're up next, so you get to tell us all about your wonderful character.
I did that to myself. Y'all, I'm so fucking nervous. I'm like stress sweating and shaking. Sorry for the TMI. So if I ramble, I'm sorry. What was it? Oh, character. Okay. So
If I ramble, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Don't worry. We're all just making it up. It's okay. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Doing
We are
great.
doing great. Thank you for the sticker. I saw that. Okay. So, my character that I will be playing is actually going to be a changeling, and this is unknown to the other characters in the group. So this is purely above table. So most of the time, I will be playing a woman named Everett. Pronouns are she, any. But Everett is a changeling that her ability to shapeshift and her identity as a changeling is very, very important to her. So you will basically, this is a challenge to see how many voices I can do badly on the internet. I think it's going to be a lot is what I'm getting at. I predict changing as much as I can without abusing the power too much. But anyway, so yeah, as I said, the primary persona is Everett. That's kind of who you'll interact with the most. That is who the support group is familiar with. The reason that Everett is even in the support group is she was actually found very close to the border, if not inside of the blast area of the cataclysm, where everyone else died and she was mostly uninjured. She woke up with no memory, had no idea how she arrived there. But obviously the people that found her and kind of like the town watch or police or higher ups or whatever are like, this chick knows something. So she has been mandated and forced to go to this kind of group therapy to try and recover any memories possible to try and get more information about this cataclysm, because she was basically at ground zero. Yeah, what else is there to talk about? I don't even remember what I just said. I'm real nervous, guys.
You're doing great.
You're doing so great. Everett's a rogue, right?
Yes, Everett's a rogue.
She's a rogue.
Yep, rogue. I am pulling a subclass from the what was that book called, Sam? Crooked Moon? Crooked Moon. Yes, I am pulling a subclass from Crooked Moon. That's going to be very fun. I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Anything else?
It's up to you. You can share what you do or don't want about the character. Don't be nervous, because think about it this way.
Secrets.
No.
Share all the secrets. And the special.
No secrets shared. I can just tell you all what's happening if you'd like the whole entire thing that took me forever to come up with. I could give you that now. You don't even want to know about that Charlie Day board. It has gotten thick is the easiest way to describe what's happened there, even though it's in OneNote. So really it's just a lot of tabs. But I was looking at it and I broke down and went through and deleted old stuff I had in there just to make more room in my OneNote, because I think just for this campaign, you each have your own section, and in your own sections, you each currently have between 5 and 7 subtabs, in your own sections. That's not even the story. So when I'm awake at 3 a.m. not sleeping, it's because I'm working on my Charlie Day board, and that is this. Is there, for Everett, I know that they don't know she's a changeling. Is there anything above table about her being a changeling besides lost memory and that? So the group knows that Everett was somewhere close enough to this huge event that happened that she's most likely suffering from, I don't know, psychological terms, traumatic amnesia or something along those lines. I'm sure there's a real name for it that exists in life.
Fugue state?
It's been 5 years, so it's for some reason she's almost she's buried memories, and that's kind of why Everett's there. She's got these memories buried that they're trying to help her find or come out with. So the assumption is that I was thinking about it in movies I'm going to go really old. And so Sassy, I know you should hopefully pick this up. I don't know about everybody else, because Overboard, when Goldie Hawn falls off the boat and loses her memory. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Not that Everett is Goldie Hawn in this, but whatever that is, she gets that kind of amnesia for a while and just forgets everything. This is Everett, only it wasn't because she got mad at Kurt Russell for messing up her shoe rack and her outfit. And yeah, she was really great in that outfit. I just want you all to know, Goldie Hawn was rocking that bikini and those stilettos. If you haven't seen Overboard, treat yourself and ignore how problematic it is. Just ignore it. It was the 80s. It was a different time.
So many levels.
Just ignore the problems with it.
Just never seen it, but I trust you. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I've seen the remake, not the original.
Isn't the reverse in the remake? Isn't it a guy that pulls up?
Let's not talk. Let's pretend the remake never happened. That's horrible. We don't need to do this. Let's not do this.
Off down these like special spiral tunnels. How will people understand about later on when we go down these special spiral tunnels?
No. I am fine with a side quest. I love a side quest. What I don't like is that there was a time that in American movies, the only thing they said to do is, oh, you know that really popular movie from the 80s? Let's redo it. They still do that. We're good. I don't need another Batman. I don't need another like John Hughes style remake movie. I'm okay. Like just any new thing. Now I'm upset.
Batman, thank you. Okay.
Did the last Batman I could get down with was Christopher Nolan's Batman. I will go with that. And I don't mean get down in that way. I just mean like I have seen the Ben Affleck and Robert Pattinson ones that I wish I could take those hours of my life and give them back to me. I'm so sorry, Weird. Please continue. We have taken it away, but hopefully you're more relaxed now with that.
Nope. Nope, I am not.
Not remotely.
Nope.
Actually, Weird, I have a question for you regarding your character.
Okay.
So when she came out of the Awaken, and I don't know if you want to hold this off until we actually have our first game, but I want to know, when did she realize she was a changeling? Because if she has no memory, does that mean she had no memory of her time before, or she just doesn't have memory of that day?
So yeah, let me clarify on the amnesia thing. I definitely did not go into enough detail there. That was my fault. So thank you for asking that question.
You're fine. You're good.
So it's not like she has complete amnesia. It's more like she has really big gaps that are missing. So she's completely aware she's a changeling. She has memories as Everett and several of her other personas. She has her memories of her childhood. She knows who she is. It's just there are really big like chunks of time that are gone. Obviously, if they're gone, you don't necessarily know they're gone. But like in how she woke up, kind of like just doing some kind of mental exercises, she was able to figure out that she's missing about 3 days before the cataclysm, and she just woke up in an alley, injured in her changeling form, and she just very quickly reverted to her Everett persona before anyone could see her, and then passed back out. And that's kind of the only memory she has of the cataclysm. Does that kind of answer your question? But that was a good question. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was like thinking my nods was good enough, but I'm like, this is a verbal medium as well as a visual. Yes, that answered my question completely. And on that note, I've got to blow my nose, so I'll be off camera for a bit.
Okay.
Look, when you said she woke up in an alley, I know that this is one of those intrusive thoughts, but I thought of, I'm not going to say that I wasn't 21, and I'm not going to say how I was allowed to go into places because that seems somewhat incriminating. That was a long time ago, but we went to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and I had grenades for the first time. They're these like neon green drinks they serve you there that stay cold for a not normal amount of time. And we did, like 3 of us pretty much woke up in an alleyway because we couldn't make it back inside to our hotel. So we just sat down and just like slept in an alleyway in New Orleans. Different time, folks. That was a long.
Was that back in the 80s with the remakes?
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty fucking close. Actually, in all honesty, to date myself some, because I like taking myself out and doing nice things because I deserve it. But this would have been, I think I was 17 when I did this. So this would have been like 99, maybe 2000 would have been when this happened. So stop laughing, Trekkie. It's not funny. Don't be mad that I treat myself.
Everyone's like, damn, Trekkie. Now they can all see my craziness.
I think, honestly, Trekkie, you're just trying to make it so that we flip you off because you're trying to put off this thing about you flipping people off when in actuality you're trying to do reverse psychology on us, and it won't work.
I think the best reason this is happening is because for all of the times that like people have seen Trekkie in chat and stuff like that, now people can finally see the real Trekkie and know that the real Trekkie is actually chaotic evil alignment. There is no like neutral good. It is chaotic evil. That is, you at heart are becoming more and more evil as time goes on. That's okay. We all like a little evil. So
Okay.
It's fine. All right. So we've all finally, this is the first time you've all heard about each other's characters. And I think we all kind of know the rules of everything. I almost said the rules of engagement, and then I was like, I really need to stop going with 80s references because Trekkie's not gonna like fucking let it go. Just repeatedly, just be like, listen, I'm gonna keep quoting. I'm gonna, I think, find a way to work in as many like 80s movies references and quotes into this campaign as possible, just because it will confuse the hell out of at least Trekkie. Probably weird too, but definitely Trekkie. I think Squishy maybe not so much. I don't know.
Great. Cool.
So I got you. You're welcome.
I love that.
That was, yeah. I mean, if your plan is, I feel like you're already planning to try and torture me as your DM, so I feel like I can just return the favor. That's all.
Fair. Totally valid.
So, yeah, I think the last thing that I really had is for you all, I did say that I would allow this, and maybe one day we can allow chat to weigh in on it. Sassy is notoriously known for complaining about the dice that I roll. Sassy always says that the dice are trying to kill them. Sassy, this just happened recently with the puddings that you named, all different versions of pudding, and I could not say them. So I now specifically own 7 very unique dice sets, all different, unique, and fancy. And so I will allow you all to pick what dice I roll during combats. And so that way, if you die, you can also own up to the fact that you picked that dice set. So I will give that same, because Sassy will often say, don't use that dice. And so I'll use another one, and then I roll even better. And I say, I'm sorry. As a player, I can't roll anything, but as a DM, hot dog. Yep, hot dog. So I will give you that. Was there anything else? That's like a whole session 0, folks. I mean, for me at least, I'm going to say this in a different way. I'm going to stop myself in advance, and I'm going to rephrase this because I know exactly what I was about to say and where it was going to end up. And I'm not giving that to anyone. No, thank you. 45 minutes.
Secrets.
I was just about
Secrets, please. I want your
It was
secrets, Sam.
It was going to be a phrasing. It was going to be phrasing. It was one of the, why are we doing this, hands? But phrasing is why I was stopping myself, because I knew what was going to happen if I said it that way. I was going to have to take more shit, and I don't want it right now. Later. I'm going to also pull a weird and see how many voices I can do. I do all accents terribly. You are all welcome. You have most of the people playing. You've heard them. They're horrible. You're welcome to hear them all. You will hear all of them. But I did want to ask, do any of the players have questions? I think I said in the beginning, I don't look at chat, so I don't know if chat had a question. I don't even know if we have anyone watching chat. So
we have a lot of people on chat.
Holy shit, people saw the opportunity to come fuck with Trekkie, and they're like, and we're going.
Cool. I love it already.
I did pop in a question for chat if they had any questions, so I think a couple came in.
So I can read those off if you want.
Please.
Okay. From Brittany Fenwick.
Oh, Brittany Fenwick.
What are you most looking forward to in the campaign?
Start us off, Trekkie. What are you most looking forward to in the campaign?
Are you asking me first?
You read the question. I don't know.
Fuck's sake.
Try my best.
Honestly, probably just playing. Well, okay, so this is... Get that cheese off me. Bree, I bet that's from you. Sorry. There's a cheese sticker on my face.
Again, this is why I don't look at like chat or anything, because
The thing that I'm looking forward to, honestly, just playing. So this is my first time playing a full caster, so that's going to be interesting. Usually I stick with Paladin. So we'll see.
I've also done Ranger before, too. I've done some fun Ranger stuff.
Very briefly.
It was fun.
Anyone else looking forward to anything fun? What are you most looking forward to? Sorry, Britt, I fucked up your question.
Doing great.
City wants to punch her ex-husband in the face and knock him into next Tuesday.
Based on chat, you're gonna have support. So
I realize I get to play that ex-husband most likely, so I'm in advance. I'm really excited about that. I do want to add, City also has for flavor, one of her weapons is a frying pan. Even though it's technically like a great club, we're looking at it as a frying pan. So you might be hitting your ex-husband with a frying pan, which brings me joy. Sassy,
Piece
weird.
on my face again.
Okay. It's not in real life, Trekkie. Trekkie, in real life, you have no cheese on your face, so you're okay. You got this.
Thank you.
Sassy, weird.
Well, I'll say first and foremost, I am constantly always looking forward to this group playing.
Fair.
We have. I can obviously tell people probably see that we hate each other immensely and have a hard time getting along. So I'm really looking forward.
That's why we put ourselves through this.
Oops.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to the next time I do this to figure out how to do something with my hair so that it doesn't keep giving me craziness. But I'm looking forward to in regards to playing a character that's as mentally and emotionally deep as what I made Ami to be, because not saying that my other characters haven't had because I overthink my theater background. I overthink my characters, and I'm already now and. Sam's going to be so mad at me. I'm already now thinking about the NPCs that she has working with her at the the rebuilding company. But I just am looking forward to that concept of getting deep and involved in a character like that on a regular basis. So.
They are all going to be Italian bad accents, over the top. Every single one of them is going to be like, "Hey, yo, my name's Dan." You're like, "Dan, what's your wife doing over there? I ain't got time for this, Dan. Maria didn't make me no meatballs last night. It's been a tough time." That's just all. It's all gonna sound the same. It'll be a really bad Italian accent, just over and over again.
I don't care what the accent is. You're gonna have fun with the names, their race. What kind of?
Sorry, I'm just writing this note that we are going to blow up Ami's business on the first episode. Okay. And weird. What about you? Are you looking forward to anything?
I am really looking forward to kind of exploring the amnesia thing. I'm leaving a lot of that in Sam's hands. We've talked about a couple of things of what I think happened in those missing chunks of time, but I am leaving a lot of it to Sam, and I'm really excited to see what she does to me.
Yeah, me too. To be honest with you, I was gonna say I'm excited on the fact that since I met with everyone separately, and I think I told you all this, maybe I know I talked to a couple of people and said this to them, but it's been really fun for me that I heard everybody's backstories and we had a call and talked about it, and everyone came up with such an awesome backstory. And I know you all just have heard a little bit of each other's backstories, but I've kind of had the longer talks with each of you. The backstories that you all came up with without discussing anything with each other, without knowing anything about each other's characters, and the fact that you all came up with something that's not just I'm involved in this because I want to go kill a dragon or because I want to be an adventurer. Like every person came up with something, and there's a lot of things going on. And so it will be a fun adventure to go upon. And I'm excited for that. And also I'm excited to play with y'all because we used to play pretty regularly and then we fell off on that. I have not been able to torture Trekkie with Astrid for quite some time, which brings me sorrow on a regular basis. She might appear in this campaign. Don't you worry. She might just appear for everyone's joy because everybody loves Astrid.
Love Astrid.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
So that's the game that I DM, but I now work on those days, and it's very sad. So that's how this came about.
Mm-hmm. Astrid is She is. I don't know if anyone loves Astrid besides Astrid. I think everyone tolerates Astrid. Trekkie might, but I know that Weird's character cannot. I think even though
No,
they've been
Ray
together
loves
a long
her.
time.
Ray
They've been
loves
together a
her.
long time. So long time for someone who doesn't have a filter on their intrusive thoughts. Any other questions at all, Trekkie? Any more cheese on your face? Or are you okay?
No, they're going crazy with the stickers. So our good friend Mickey, I'm not going to say your Twitch name. Sorry, Mickey. Could we get a brief summary of what the campaign is for those who came in late? So can you explain like the cataclysm of it?
Yeah, a brief summary, and it's going to really, when we start, more and more is going to be explained. But yes, Weird?
Real quick, I was just going to mention that I am going to pin this to the account, this session 0. So if you do want to go back and rewatch it, you can. But go ahead and, sorry, continue.
I keep looking at Trekkie.
I will take away the stickers, y'all. Megan?
Stay. No, stickers can stay, but Trekkie needs to stop. Just let the cheese happen and don't worry about it. Okay? It's okay. We've all had cheese on our face before.
Let the cheese happen.
There's the flip off. Yeah, brief, and I'm keeping it super shallow of a description on purpose. It is very meaningful that it starts off without much information, because part of the way the campaign is to be played is for the players to learn more as well. Basically, this is a group of 4 people who have been going to a support group for 5 years together, once a month, after a giant, we're calling it a cataclysm. It was a cataclysmic event. My original thought for this, and I think I can at least say this once without getting into any type of trouble, my thought that I'd want to do for a campaign forever is I wanted to know what the fuck happens to all of the people in New York after the Avengers fight Thanos. That was where this campaign started. Like I said, I was really lucky to have a chance to speak with Britt a bit, and Britt said that like the idea of learning about the people left behind was kind of how Britt phrased it. And so that is what we're looking at, is a massive, like, high level fight happen between the good guys and the big bad evil guys. And all the people in the city know is there was an explosion like thing, that no bodies have been found. Buildings were destroyed. They've spent 5 years rebuilding. The city's actually doing pretty good, but the people we're really following are people who, not that everyone doesn't have something in there. There were a lot of people died that day, right? There were a lot of people. This is a large city. And so we're going to follow this group of people of what happens to the people who live after the Hulk literally tears through 8 buildings and then is just like, cool, I saved your city, peace. Like, you know, what happens then? That's kind of what the idea of this campaign was. And I can tell you as a DM, I'm a big fan that I know big picture what's going on, but I want to tell a story with the people I'm playing with. And so I think my job is to give them situations and then they do whatever with it. So what I view that has been happening and going on, they will probably change within the first 20 minutes of us playing. I'll be honest with you, because I've played with them all. Squishy, I think, and I will give Squishy the most credit for this, Squishy is almost the only person who can stay on topic. Not that well, but Squishy kind of can stay, and I'm talking character-wise. Squishy can play a character that can be like, this is what we need to do. They might just steal half the stuff in the room, like, on the way to do it. Like, a little bit. So yes, I hope that answered Mickey's question. If not, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Is it weird to ask what level of technology this place will have? Like, are we talking cell phones? Are we talking sending phones? Will there be cars? Will it be carriages? Will it be Flintstones?
This is where the hard part came in, because when we all originally were talking about the game, I kept seeing this as a very like film noir kind of setup. If you know much about the Watchmen, like the Watchmen in the beginning, when it's in that like 30s, 40s, 50s, we, I think as a group, kind of decided to stay away from an official, this is our time frame, because we didn't want to reskin everything and rename everything and redo all of that. But I think also my answer when this was asked last time was, I think there's just going to be a vibe, I think is what I said. I think that was the thing. There's going to be a vibe. I think we all know City is dressed like, even her armor kind of looks like almost like 50s housewife. Isn't that kind of what? So I'm going to just say it now and I'm going to regret it, but I'm easy. And I know I'm going to regret saying that exact phrase, but I'm pretty easy with those things. It's fine that I don't necessarily see this as something in like old D&D where we're in like the 1500s and everything's lit by candles and stuff. But I also don't see you running around with cell phones, if that makes sense. You wearing armor that looks like a housewife's dress from the 50s and having a frying pan, I think totally works. I love it. And if someone is wearing armor that looks like it's from the 1200s, I'm with that as well. I'm here for it because we're going to be in a land of make believe that is mostly coming out of my brain, which is a risky decision for everyone to allow to happen. It's not a normal place in there.
To go with that type of vibe, the other question was, can we get a summary of like the class and characters? So I am going to be playing a half elf diviner wizard, and her name is Charlie Blackwood. So if you want to do your character and like class and everything.
Squishy, go. You're the face I saw first. Sorry. So I just yelled.
Well, I am Obsidian, nicknamed City Schmidt. She's working on changing her last name back. She is an Aasimar barbarian cleric. So
I think you're going life, right, with your cleric and semi-debating barbarian path, but going life cleric discipline.
Yep.
Love it. Sassy?
Yeah, so Sassy. Oh, so Sassy. Oh my God. So,
Sassy has joined the game.
Yeah.
You don't even know our names. I love it.
Sassy the pants.
What was it?
Sassy the pants.
Sassy of the pants. Ametria, Ami, Bella, Chathorn, Mossgrove. This half verbal, half elf. She is of the barbarian class, going with the subclass of Tree of Life, Life of Tree, Life of Brian. And what else do we need to share and care about that one?
I think name, class, your favorite color as a human being, what you want to do when you grow up. No, I think just name.
Not a
class.
damn thing. Oh, what? Sorry? No, I'm just kidding. I want to do this. Let's do this all the time.
Oh, I was going to say my hope was, can I nap for a living? I know sometimes I think I'm going to say with the microphone hits that are happening, I want everyone to know I got a different mic for this specifically because I was full Ricky Bobby and I couldn't figure out what to do with my hands when we were testing before. Everyone, I think except myself and Squishy, got new mics very recently, like within the past few days. So I think they're feeling out the not accidentally judo chopping the mic. We'll get better. And if we don't, well, I mean, we're doing the best we can. And that's all you can ask for us. And if you're mean about it, Weird will cry. And don't make Weird cry.
I will cry. I'm an ugly crier.
Make Weird cry.
Then Weird, that leaves you for your character and your class.
I will be playing a changeling, so have many different names, but for the most of this, she will be going by the name Everett, pronouns she, any. I'll be playing a rogue, a sinner subclass from Crooked Moon. It's a very interesting subclass. I'm excited to see kind of how it goes. She has amnesia, but not like fully. I had a complete like blue screen. Did you see that happen just now?
We're running Windows 95. It's okay.
Yeah.
Doing your best.
You gotta come on.
Jesus Christ almighty. She has amnesia, but not like fully. It's more like she's missing chunks of her life. So she's aware of who she is. She's aware that she's a changeling. But she was found unconscious, basically kind of at ground zero. So she's been forced to go to this therapy group to try and uncover memories, to try and I blue screened again. I'm tired, y'all.
Weird has amnesia.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Weird
Yeah.
was up really late and Weird didn't nap like Weird was supposed to. But yes, I think that was, if it's helpful, Weird, that you did answer it. And I believe I could
did.
be a liar. And if I am lying, it is on purpose. I want everyone to know. But I think Weird set up our Twitch to where the chat box is. It will like flip through and pop
it has
up
been.
character name. And so it should give you name and class on a wonderful,
Yes.
loving congratulations to like say a thank you out there. Squishy did artwork for characters for everybody because Squishy's fantabulous. Weird and with Sassy spent a lot of time building the Twitch channel to look as great as it does. Sassy's been on social media stuff left and right, doing all of these fun things and stickers and building things. Trekkie has told people and worked with mods and stuff. I have not done much. I also am not playing a character, so I'm just here for the ride.
You just made the whole campaign, nothing. It's
How
nothing.
fucked up would it be if there actually isn't a campaign and I'm just improving this the whole fucking thing? Just
that's
the backstories.
Yeah.
So, was that all question-wise, by the way? Are we done now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, because if there's more questions, I don't want to. Hey, I just want to say, I said I would be pretty good about managing time. I said an hour. We're like 4 minutes over. We're trying to be grown-ups poorly, but I did want to make sure to just like the hard work that's gone into it so far, and the fact that we're doing session 0 on 24-hour notice is amazing. We do have some fun things coming. We already have them mentioned on our Twitch, so it's not a big spoiler, but we are getting music from a very amazing composer, Brittany Fenwick. I just always want to say Brit's name weird. We are working with Dell for some artwork stuff, and so kind of down the line, we'll add some things that will change out. We have Squishy as our character art, something different and more surprising from Dell. Borvik, if you're not sure who that is, a wonderful artist and member of the Dum Dums and Dice crew. Brittany is a musician, streamer, composer, all around general talented person. And so are all of you. And I think you're all pretty great. And I'm happy we're going to do this.
I have a question for the chat.
I literally just said no more questions. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
We have questions.
What's chat doing? What's chat doing?
So they're asking, how long will the sessions be? And Megan is saying we already beat our follower goal.
Did?
So
Everyone's
25. And how long will the sessions be? Is from Mickey.
Plan is we're going to do, so we're kind of following the idea that I know some people who don't really use Twitch, but do want to listen to it. So our hope is to edit it down into listenable podcast episodes. So kind of along the idea, we'll do about an hour long session. We'll kind of take a break. Trekkie loves it. The Dum Dums, that group of people do chat watch, and Trekkie really wants to read a chat watch. Trekkie has been talking about this nonstop, which means that you can nonstop fuck with Trekkie in chat watch. Please know that. Once we get to the point where we can do, we got to get fully like affiliated for that. That takes a couple more steps of things. But anyways, so the plan is to do about an hour long episode. We'll kind of do like a break maybe in the middle for a chat watch, and then at the end a chat watch, and then we'll get up and stretch our legs, drink water, come back, hopefully chat with people for a bit, and then do about another hour. So sessions themselves will be kind of 2 hour, like an hour-ish long each. They might run a little bit longer for a good stopping point, but that's kind of the hope, just because we want people to be able to take it in without feeling overwhelmed. I don't think anyone wants to sit around and watch us just D&D for 5 hours. I don't think I can go 5 hours straight anymore in D&D. It hurts a bit more than it used to. I got old because I remember the 80s, Trekkie. That's why. Our plan was just to spend about an hour with y'all tonight to where you can see our faces. You now know we're human beings, possibly. We will be starting next Friday. I think it ends up being, I'm going to go Eastern, even though I'm in Pacific. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be streaming session 1. naturally during roleplay we'll be a bit more serious than we are right now. Not a lot, but we'll stay on topic a bit more. So, perfect.
We won't.
I will torture Trekkie. I will break you.
Handle it.
Exactly. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we are excited to hang with you all. Thank you for following and for listening to us.
Thank you for tuning into Good Plans, Bad Dice. This series stars Sassy Pants as Ametria, Ami, Bella Chathorn, Mossgrove, Squishy Werewolf as Obsidian City Schmidt, Trekkie for Life 01 as Charlie Blackwood, Weird is All I've Got as Everett, and Lurking Sam as the Dungeon Master. Good Plans, Bad Dice would like to thank Squishy Werewolf for the artwork. Our music is provided by No Copyright Songs. The track is Help Me, Help You by Shia Maisel and Clarks, and can be found at ncs.io on the internet or at their NCS YouTube channel. Thank you again for listening. Be sure to check us out live on Twitch Friday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time or on video on demand after the live broadcast.